Before we jump in, let's be real. This podcast contains jokes, laughter, and a whole lot of real talk. Yes, we cover serious crimes. Yes, we add a little humor, but never, and I mean never, at the expense of the victims or their families. If you're sensitive, easily offended, or the type to clutch your pearls every time someone laughs during a true crime story, this may not be the podcast for you. But if you like your true crime with a little bit of spice, a lot of honesty, and just enough petty to keep it fun, welcome to Melanin Mysteries, baby. Let's get into it. Hey, cousins. Hey. We just want to give a shout out to all our new listeners for sliding into our little Black True Crime Corner. We are so glad you're here. Now, before we even get started, if you skipped over that disclaimer, baby, I'm going to need you to go back. And do not say we didn't warn you because our vibe over here is different, right? Why? Because we kicking it, we talking and we laughing when we need to, and we are definitely not using our corporate voices today. This is real talk, real reactions, and real stories from our people. Now, to our day ones, our cousins. Welcome back, family. So, we just want to thank y'all for rocking with us for another week of chaos, crime, and cousin commentary. We appreciate every download, every share, every message y'all send us. Now, listen, this week's episode might sound a little familiar to the ones who pulled up to the Cleveland Live show back in August. Yes, this is the case we covered live. It's the murder of Angel Bradley. So, if you were there, you already know it was a whole moment. And if you missed it, baby, that's your bad. I'm going to tell you. But don't worry because we got you. I just need you to sit tight and enjoy the shenanigans because we're bringing that case back for the podcast, fam. But before we jump in, quick update. Our next live show, Christmas Slayings, a very Black True Crime Collective, is happening December 13th, 2025. It's a fully virtual event, and y'all, the cousins have not been playing this week about their tickets. They are flying, and spots are limited, so I'm going to tell you not to wait. I'm going to need you to go ahead and grab yours. You can look in the show notes. You already know it's going to be petty, it's going to be chaotic, and it's going to be full of true crime holiday foolishness. And real quick, if you're loving the show, we would love for you to leave us a 5-star review. Only 5 stars, though. None of that 3.5 energy, okay? For real, though. Thank you for everyone who has already has, because y'all keep us going. And, if you're not enjoying it, I'm gonna just need you to keep that to yourself. But just you can send us a message instead, because we cool people. We can take some constructive criticism. We just ask you to come correct and be respectful, and we'll talk it out like family.
I'm gonna talk about your monkey ass.
Anyway, cousins, let's go ahead and get into it because today's case, it hits real close to home, like literally. This one takes place right here in Cleveland, and it's even more personal because y'all very own cousin Willie and his family were close to the victim, Angel
I know,
Bradley.
man. I know.
So buckle up because this one hits a little different. I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I'm your co-host, Willie. Let's get it.
So, on the night before her murder, Angel Bradley Crockett was just trying to enjoy a rare night out. She had left her baby safe with her mom, sister, and cousin, and she slid out into the Cleveland night and hit the club with her friends, just laughing, dancing, soaking in the freedom. But sometime after the party, her night took a sharp turn. It was supposed to be just a small fender bender, nothing major, but just enough to make your heart race. It brought everything to a screeching halt. And for Angel, it was worse than just a dented bumper because she didn't have a driver's license or insurance, meaning even a tiny accident could spell trouble. What she couldn't know was that this minor crash would set off a chain of events leading to a kind of darkness and betrayal that would claim her life before the night was over.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about my girl Angel Bradley. For those who know her, Sugar Bone was born August 1st, 1984, to her parents Charlie Williams and Patricia Bradley in Cleveland, Ohio. She was the second born and the oldest daughter. She got the nickname Sugar Bone from her dad. Her mom said the very first time he held her, he gave her the nickname. Angel was one of 12 children. She was described as beautiful. She was, man, little short, feisty little thing. Beautiful and being one of the oldest. She was like mom number two to her siblings. She was loved by everyone and she lit up the room wherever she went. At age 16, she got pregnant with her oldest daughter, Delia, and she had her second daughter, Tayana, at 21. Don't do me like that. That was bad. My bad.
Oh, you can see me through the screen? Oh, okay.
Right? Hey, look, you already got the cousin thinking I'm illiterate. I'm like, well, damn, like y'all don't mess
I don't
up.
have them thinking anything.
Yes, you do, man.
I
And
don't have them thinking anything, sir.
you posted
Not
that
my fault
clip.
you were struggling saying meritorious. That is not my fault. Mm-mm.
Meritorious, I know it now because you helped me. You know what I'm saying? I told you I need that little ball that be bouncing. You know what I'm saying? You know the little ball that bounces over the words and the syllables and break it up. Anyway, go ahead, man.
I'm gonna get you hooked on finals for Christmas. Don't worry. So Angel wasn't out here chasing a fairy tale, but like most women, she just wanted that solid family unit, the man, the kids, the home where everybody felt safe. And when it came, she wasn't even looking. And that's how she met Johnny Crockett Sr. And from the jump, things moved fast. Johnny knew what he wanted and he made it clear. Angel and her girls were it. He stepped up, he treated her daughters like his own, and by August 8th, 2008, the two were married. And not even a year later, they had a baby boy, Johnny Jr. And just like that, Angel's little family was complete.
Okay, now listen. So by 2009, Angel and Johnny still had that honeymoon glow. They just had their baby boy still fresh off that whirlwind romance. And to everyone on the outside, it looked like, they had it all, man. It's a cute little couple. I met him a couple times too. He's a cool dude, man. But you know how it go, y'all. Sometimes what's behind them closed doors ain't pretty as the picture on the wall. One day, Angel finally had to pick her up straight from the hospital, and not because she was sick. Nah, because Johnny couldn't keep his hands to himself. In other words, what do he like to do?
He
He
put his
was supposed
hands
to
on bitches. He
no,
like
he
to choke
yep.
out bitches.
He
Which
liked to
which one
choke
you
bitches.
want?
God damn. And Angel wasn't the type to just take it. She wasn't at all about to play them games. Like real talk, y'all. Like again, this is somebody I grew up with, so I definitely know her. So I'm not, one of the people that just like secondhand, third hand stories. No, first hand story. That girl was known to fight. I actually paid her to beat up a girl for me one day, and the girl was so terrified and so scared that I actually felt bad for her. I was like, don't even worry about it. Like it was crazy, man. I know that was horrible, but yeah,
I
she was.
was about to say, like, that is not saying much
I
about your
know.
character,
Yes,
sir.
I
Which one?
literally paid the girl name with Destiny too. Yep. I paid her to beat Destiny
Now
up to
you
the
can
day. I
remember
don't know
that,
why.
but you can remember that girl's name, but you can't remember something I asked you 2 hours ago. That's a dang on shame. Mm.
Anyway, she filed charges, had him arrested, and that was the start of the cracks showing and what everyone thought was a perfect little family. And her family, there's a bunch of them niggas, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's the Bradley family. It was a whole lot of them Negroes, man. Like real talk. Them niggas, like, man, look, it's just a bunch of 'em. I'm gonna be quiet because they can fight and I can't. So I don't want to be on my mama house. They beat my ass. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Hmm. So anyway, it's the night of Easter Sunday. It's April 5th, 2010, and the family had just went to the IX Center, and just had a little family day. So at the end of the night, everybody was gonna go out and kick it. So Angel had plans with her friend Smoke. Her mom and sister told her they would babysit the baby, Johnny, and then her girls would go with a cousin. Now, Smoke was a friend she knew from around the way, and like we said, Johnny Sr. was locked up, and Angel was not about to be sitting around the house waiting on him while he was in jail. Sis was about to do her, and I feel her.
I ain't
So
mad.
anyway, Angel, she goes out with Smoke with plans. She's coming back in the morning to pick up the kids. Now in Cleveland, if you don't know, all the bars close at 2:30. We are
Yes, then
so
you got them
lame.
after hour joints.
No,
Yes.
we don't know what did we no, all the after hours was closed by 2010, I want to say. Because what was the one that was downtown like you
No,
went
not
to after the club?
2010. No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
2010.
no, no. I get what you're saying. No, I'm talking about like the ones like only a couple people know. The ones that you got to knock on the door 2 times to give a
Oh no,
special
I
code
didn't know. I
password.
I ain't go there because I can't remember the club that used to be open. It was the after hour club and it was downtown, but I cannot remember what it was. But it used to be
I
body
know
rocking.
exactly who you're talking about. Yes. What was
Yes,
the name? I can't think
I
of the name of that
cannot remember
club.
the name of that club. But
Anybody
anyway,
from Cleveland, if you know what it is, leave a comment to let us know.
please do because I cannot remember who that was a drunken blur those few years. Um, so like we said, she went out and somehow after the club, Smoke lost contact with Angel. He don't know where she went. I don't know. Like so, family said like Smoke would be on Angel like white on rice, like they were attached at the hip. Like it's basically like how Destiny's Child once said he was a bugaboo. Now nobody could confirm this, but it was alleged that Smoke was her man on the low since she was still married. So now Smoke panicking and he calls and he wakes up Patricia at home. And you know when the phone ring in the middle of the night, you get the panicking as soon as that phone ring. So
Mm.
Patricia, she wakes up, she answers the phone, and Smoke is like, hey, do you know where Angel is? And Patricia's confused, like, nigga, I thought she was with you. And Smoke like, my bad, and he hangs up the phone. So Patricia's like, okay, and she goes back to sleep.
So check this out. A few more hours go by and Patricia is back getting, you know what I'm saying, some good sleep and the phone rings again. And it's Smoke again. And he's asking if anybody has heard from Angel because now he's getting concerned. She would usually text or call him to let him know, she made it home. And he didn't hear from her whatsoever. So he like, damn, something ain't right. So now Patricia, she concerned, like this is, the second phone call she had gotten from Smoke. So of course, what she do, she started calling Angel, no answer. She thinking maybe she got tipsy and fell asleep. You know how it be when you be drinking, you know what I'm saying? You get that coma sleep, you know what I'm saying? Then your head be out to the next morning. You know what I'm saying? I remember somebody sent police to my house to check on my well-being. I forget who did that one night after kicking it because they were calling. I was so knocked out. I guess they thought I was dead or something. I don't know. Now check this out. Early in the morning, like 4 something a.m., 911 start blowing up. Somebody called like, yeah, there's a whole woman laid out on the side of I-90. A few minutes later, another person called like, y'all got a body out there, right? So Cleveland, punk ass police, right? Cleveland is the worst of the worst when it comes down to police, right? They dispatched 2 officers to check it out. Now picture this, right? Dark highway, one way lanes on each side, right? And you would think if someone says dead body on the side of the highway, you would at least slow down, maybe pull over to see what's up. Nah, not these two. They do a little drive by, like I'm talking about like a 40 to 50 mile per hour, peek out the window and radio in like, yeah, nah, that's just a deer. We good. Ain't that crazy? Police ain't shit.
They sometimes they really don't, and this is one of those times
Yeah,
where
it's
they
like you could even take this.
definitely fail.
Y'all don't do nothing anyway. Y'all don't chase niggas. You shoot them. You can at least get out the car to look. No,
Or
they don't.
or I've legit seen them like put on their like speed around somebody and pull into a Dunkin' Donuts. Like, are you really kidding me?
No, real talk. They could have did that flat like bright. Like if they would have just took that light, because it was near like Batter Bridge. I remember where it was at too. That's the crazy part. Right on 90. And it was right by the bridge. So they could have just shined the light and they would have saw that was a body. But all right, well, anyway, I guess good policing, right? Know what I'm saying? So look. I swear that's the type of, they the type that will actually flip their sirens on, like you said, just to cut somebody off. You know what I'm saying? To get some damn Dunkin' Donuts. Meanwhile, Angel still laying out there like, are y'all for real? So ain't no telling. Obviously, she passed away because that's the she lost her life. Ain't no telling what moments, precious moments, that was wasted because they didn't get out the car. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, man. I would have sued the hell out there.
Sure. That's an understatement. So then they get two more 911 calls that come in and they're reporting the exact same thing. And the final caller, he wasn't just some random driver. He was an Ohio Department of Transportation worker and he was not sugarcoating shit. He like, look, there is a woman's body on the side of I-90 near West 41st Street. She's naked. Is somebody going to do something? And that's
Mm.
ridiculous. It took 3 calls for somebody to
I
say for
know,
somebody to,
bro.
like, take this seriously. 3 phone calls?
But Cleveland is known to do that. Remember Anthony so well? They kept reporting that they was smelling dead bodies and they didn't mess around and blamed, know what I'm saying?
The sausage
The
factory.
sausage factory and then got
A
them shut
sausage don't
down.
smell that bad. I'm sorry.
No, they didn't get them shut down, know what I'm saying? And then raised sausage. And then they would talk about all these women was missing and they wasn't following the report. Like Cleveland is horrible with police. And they up there with East Cleveland.
They really are. But shoot, if you call East Cleveland, it's a 50% chance of you even gonna get somebody
Nigga,
to
first of
show
all,
up.
the East Cleveland, the cop is the fireman and he the mayor. Know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. So let's say by now it's about 6:30 a.m. and there's a second set of police officers that finally head to the scene. And this time they actually shut down the westbound side of the freeway. And What they find confirms the caller's worst fear. It is a woman's body. She's battered with bruising and scrapes. There's no clothes, there's no ID, there's nothing. So for now, she's classified as a Jane Doe, and her body is transported to the Cuyahoga County Coroner's Office, leaving Cleveland waking up to a nightmare they didn't even know unfolded overnight.
Yes, I can remember because that was when, what was it? That was when, what was that called? Facebook. Yeah, Facebook was bumping in. Twitter, that's what it was. It was Twitter. I couldn't think of it. Yes, I found out on Twitter, man. It was a rest in peace, Sugar Bone. And I'm like, what? So, I'm going through the thing, like, oh my God. So of course I called my brother because he was real close with his brother, with her brother Slop. And he was like, no, he didn't hear nothing. No, he did. He heard because Michael was out there helping. I went down, and my brother actually went down there when they were doing the body, remember? I
Hmm.
told you that, yeah. So he confirmed it, like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we thought she got jumped by some girl because she was always fighting. So we thought it was some girls that robbed her or whatever. But anyway, the next morning, Patricia, Angel's sister, were watching the news. The reporter saying that the body of an unidentified woman was found on the side of the freeway on I-90 West. They were searching for assistance to ID the woman. They spoke about the tattoos that the woman had, and that sounded eerily familiar. That's what it was. I forgive me, y'all. I forgot. Yes, and then that's when they went down there identified. My brother was actually with them when they identified the body, and they went down there identified the body. They actually went down to the place. They didn't take the body away. They went down there.
They
Ain't
went
that
to the
crazy?
freeway.
Yes, the body was still there. You didn't know that?
No, I thought they said they had to go down to the corner. Her mom said on the thing, she said they went to the coroner's office to
No,
ID
they
her.
actually
But
went
they
down
saw
to
it because no,
identify.
because they saw it. No, they said they saw it on the news. That
No,
was what
so
her
no,
mom and her
no,
sister
no,
said.
no, they saw it on the news, yeah, but, her brother's in there, I don't know, it was no communication or whatever. They actually went down there, and so but while they were down there and found out it was her. I don't even know how to, but my brother was down there when they, and I'm not just saying that for the, clickbait, because it ain't that serious. But no, remember when we was gonna have Sloppy, we gonna have him on it?
Yeah.
He did that, he the one told me. Her brother was the one told me that he was the one that actually went down there and knew it was her before they took her.
Oh,
Ain't that
because
crazy?
on the episode, it was her mom and her sister. Her mom said that she got a call because she saw it on the news.
Yeah, but it was her, but again, I don't know the relationship between them all like that, but no, the brother and them was the first one down there. Her brother, it was Slop Noon, my brother, and it was like 2 other people, and they went down there. Yep. So yeah, that's crazy. So anyway, Patricia was responsible for going to the coroner's office to potentially identifying the Jane Doe that was found. She said that when they pulled the curtain back and she recognized her baby Angel, she passed out. Angel's entire family was of course devastated, man. That was horrible. Patricia had already had that bad feeling when Smoke called her twice looking for Angel and something didn't sit right. The family was interviewed and of course they told what they knew. They were supposed to be out with Smoke, but he was calling in the middle of the night looking for Angel. Or remember, she was married, but her husband Johnny was in jail for that DV charge, right? So he was ruled out. Also, she was supposed to come and pick her kids up, right? But she never did that, and that she was that was like very unlike her. Like most, how we get these cases and they talk about the moms, like that was one of the another sign it was an issue that she
Hmm.
didn't pick up her kids. Yeah, that was very unlike her not to pick up her kids, right? Nor was she answering the phone. Soon as this happened, two names were at the top of their list. First, Smoke, because of course he was the last one to see Angel alive. So of course everybody looking at him sideways, and then there's Johnny. But remember, he's arrested. But even though he's behind bars, you gotta wonder, like, was he out there calling shots like a scoring husband, making moves from the inside, or whatever the case may be?
So Patricia had mentioned that Angel had been driving a new SUV when she left the house. She also had on some jewelry that would, attract attention. Now, Cleveland PD, they did go ahead and put out a bolo, be on the lookout for Angel's SUV. So first up, they're like, look, we need to get in touch with this nigga Smoke, see who he is and what he knows. So Patricia was able to give them his phone number since he had reached out to her earlier that morning, and they had traced Smoke's phone number back to an address off of West 33rd Street. Now, Smoke wasn't chilling at home. He was actually laid up in Metro Hospital.
Mm, mm.
Now, word on the street was that him and his baby mama had got into it, And I can't confirm it, but according to Payback on TV1, my guy was stretched out in a hospital bed because
Look, y'all don't know. Look, Cleveland baby mamas can fight. Them the rough hoes.
they can. Now,
They're rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're rough. Go ahead.
I'm not saying she whooped them, but I'm also saying not saying she didn't. Okay, so you make your own assumption there. But according to the timeline and a checked alibi from the alleged baby mama that assaulted Smoke, he was cleared as a suspect. Now, side note, we do not know if there were any charges brought up against the baby mama for putting Smoke in the hospital because I know somebody gonna ask. Now, that leaves the jailbird husband to check into, but they to track him down in the jail system. And when they find Johnny, he is absolutely devastated and he breaks down when he finds out his wife has been murdered.
That's
Regardless of their
crazy.
issues, I'm sure he still loved her in his own way and would have never wanted, this to be the end. So Johnny also ends up being ruled out as a suspect, and now the detectives are back at square one. Now, according to the coroner, Angel suffered blunt force trauma to her head, trunk, and lower extremities, and then there were also signs of ligature strangulation.
Oh, or so they think. There was a lead that came in on Tuesday, April 6, 2010. It was from a neighbor about an abandoned SUV that had been parked on the street for 2 days, right? When detectives were able to get to the SUV, it was identified as Angel's SUV on the east side of Cleveland, about 5 miles from where her body had been found. And remember, she's from Angel from the west side. Her people, they lived on the west side. The SUV was towed to the impound so it could be taken apart. There wasn't much to find in the SUV. There were a few DNA samples that were sent off to the lab. Noticed that there was some fresh damage to the back of the SUV. When they asked Patricia if that damage had been there prior to when Angel went missing, she confirmed that it had not been there. Now, this is where the case gets juicy. Police only got this little crumb that a fender bender happened, right? But then the phones at the precinct start ringing, and look, y'all, here come that drama.
So this woman calls in, and like you can hear her attitude before she even finishes hello. She like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this one time. Okay, one time and one time only. My raggedy ex done borrowed my van on Easter Sunday, and when he brought it back, child, the bumper was looking like it went 3 rounds with a brick wall. And there was blood, like CSI, not a little drip all the way up and through my van. The seats, the doors, the floor. I ain't never seen nothing like it. And then she
Snitching
hit
at
him
its
with the
finest. Snitching at its finest.
no, sis ain't want to be caught up in no bullshit. And then she
It's
hit him with
still
the don't.
snitching though. Understand, but
No, it's not. She's doing her civic duty.
oh my bad. Okay.
And she hit him with a don't play with me disclaimer. Whatever nonsense he done got into, I don't want no smoke. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm making it real clear. If y'all find something in my van, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
Damn.
I'm with sis. I'm 100% with
Look,
her.
I ain't mad at her, man. Look, I'm not mad. She said, look, let me go ahead and put this out there right now. Know what I'm saying? I think something happened, and it ain't about me, Captain. Mm.
Right. And the cop's ears perked all the way up, like, excuse me, ma'am, did you said blood? Okay. So meanwhile, she didn't wash her hands with the whole mess. Sis was basically testifying without testifying. So yep, that band just went from transportation to a whole damn crime scene on wheels.
So look, old girl said he rode that van back up early morning, Monday morning, actually 7 a.m. sharp, acting like nothing happened. And the crazy part, the timeline actually lined up perfectly with when all the chaos went down. Cops didn't waste a second. They had that van towed straight to the impound. CSI comes through swabbing, collecting blood, and they let the lab know feds track this. We need results now. And when detectives circled back to old girl for the details, she didn't hesitate. She dropped that T and the name with it. Yeah, the one who had my van, shit, his name's Stephen Davis, right? Now it's time to talk about Stephen Davis. And let me tell y'all, right, this is the part where the case takes a hard left straight to the pits of raggedy hell. Stephen Demetrius Davis was born March 9th, 1980. We know nothing about his parents, but we do believe he was born in Cleveland, Ohio. He jumped off that porch early with his criminal activities, right? Now, check this out. When he was 12, he and three other boys were charged with raping a 13-year-old girl. All four of the boys admitted to gross sexual imposition and were given probation. Lock them up.
I'll say that's already a problem right
Lock them
there.
up right there. Lock them up because if you doing that to the age of 13, it just lets me know that the rest of your life is gonna be just full of shit. So you just lock them up. Lock them
Yeah,
up.
probation's not enough. That's not even
No,
punishment.
not at all. Castration. If anything, that's what I would have did. So look, nasty as little nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you raping that young. Like, come on, you raping that young, bro. You ain't supposed to rape in general. Let's clarify that. I want to make that clear because people will hear that and take that sound bite and make it sound, how or some our fair weather listeners are. So no, it ain't right whatsoever. But to be that young, bruh, ain't something definitely screwed up with you. And I don't think prison is gonna help you whatsoever. I don't think probation is gonna help you. I think you need to be in jail, under the jail, until you turn stale. But this ain't even where it stopped. He kept it going. This dude was stealing cars. He was arrested for having a concealed weapon, an automatic handgun in December of 1993, and had to serve time in juvie. Y'all 13 with a gun. So he raping, he robbing, and he carrying a gun. Lock him up.
At 13, that's
At
wild.
13. Dog, you just a waste. You a waste of sperm. Like real talk. The best part of him went down the crack of his mama ass. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, he gets out by 14, right? And guess what else happened? And you'll see why I said that. Guess what happened at 14? He caught his first body that we know of. So raping, robbing, gunning, and now you kill
Mhm.
somebody. When a
By the
charge
age of 14,
14, man, 14, man, yes. Adult, I told you, adult abortion should be illegal.
they're
And he
called
would be,
executions.
huh?
They're called executions.
Oh, well, yeah, well, whatever you want to call it. So, look, when the charred body of Antonio Rush was found in the early morning in a grass field, Antonio had been shot in the right side of the head. Look, let me tell y'all, man. I keep telling this dude, you got troubled kids, and then you got niggas that just don't never deserve to be free. And this is a nigga that should never been freed whatsoever.
Yeah, because we got that case where that's going on right now with that 9 and 10-year-old who sexually assaulted that little 5-year-old baby, and they don't even know what to do with them
Yes.
kids when we're so young.
Lock them little niggas up. Them niggas need to
But
be doing life.
now, see, this is my thing with the only thing that I have to say, like, something needed because I think they said one of them has been taken into emergency custody from the county. So I think that at that age, something had to happen to one of them. Like either it's being done to them, or they've seen it, but something isn't
It was
right.
a
Like,
girl that was leading everything in that case, and then the 2 boys
okay,
followed
but
they.
you had to think about it. Somebody might have been doing that to
No, and I
her.
got it. No, I'm saying? Lock them all up, man. Yeah, the little nigglets. Know what I'm saying? Lock them up, man. Lock them up. I ain't trying to be funny, man. No, we not look at this situation. Know what I'm saying? They let that dude off with rape, and now he done robbed, he done stole cars, and now he done murdered somebody. Lock him up.
Well, different scenario, but we're gonna keep going. So now I know you're probably wondering what kind of beef could 14-year-old Stefan possibly have with a grown man. Truth is, he didn't. But what he did have was zero guidance, no positive influence, and an auntie straight out of the devil's playbook.
Mm.
You see, his own aunt, her name was Katrina Thomas. She put a hit out on her man. Yes, she had her 14-year-old nephew do her dirty work.
Lock her up too. See, it just you just breeding a whole bunch of toxic mother suckers. Toxic people breed toxic kids.
I mean, not all the time, but look at me. I turned out fine. So she told the family Antonio had threatened to
Hold
kill
up.
her.
All right, I'm gonna let that pass. Go ahead.
So shut up, because I got people thinking like it's something crazy. Like, both my parents is toxic, so in their own way. So I mean, that don't mean nothing. So anyway, she told the family that Antonio had threatened to kill her, and instead of going to the police or walking away, she handed the job to Stefan. Now I'm sure she probably thinking, oh, he's a minor, won't nothing bad happen to him, whatever. I don't know what she was thinking, but something is wrong with her too. So anyway, Stefan ends up shooting Antonio, and then they dump his body like it was nothing. So at 14 years old, his life was already over before it started. Like this dude got a whole history of criminality. Like it's crazy. So he did get sent to juvie this time and he stayed there until he was 21. So that's 7 years gone for murder. And Auntie Katrina, she was not far behind. She caught a 10 to 25 year for involuntary manslaughter. Just the whole family tree is just rotten. Throw them all
Yes,
away.
man, just a bunch of this. Is it the prefit? The prefit.
Yeah.
This ain't the word. The prefit.
No, but we're just gonna move on from that because you didn't
Ah,
pronounce it right.
damn, not
So
again.
we're not done with Stefan, right? His This like he's like just living the life of a criminal. By 2001, trafficking in cocaine and possession of criminal tools and possession of drugs. 2002, trafficking in drugs and possession of drugs. 2003, same charges. 2004, he gets sentenced to 50 months in prison. I mean, at that point, I guess they was just sick of his ass. Like,
Depravity. Sorry.
bravo.
So let me tell you something real first. Let's just talk about this for a second, right? It seems to me, and it'd be so crazy, let the case that we did about the Jerry Curl Bandit, right? The fact that how is this dude the worst people, they keep giving chance after chance after chance. That's just crazy to me. This dude, after all he done raped somebody, killed somebody, stole some cars, and he still is out to be able to possession of drug. This dude should have been like, they don't
Because he
look
was
at
a
that.
minor. Because he was
Man,
a
I don't,
minor.
man, look, I don't care if you're a minor, your head, lock him up. He would never seen freedom, dude. Because obviously you don't learn your lesson. You didn't rape, you didn't kill, man. You did everything that they did in Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible. You a heathen of the heathens. You don't deserve to see any freedom.
Okay.
Anyway, after they see Stefan's background, detective was like, yeah, he did that shit. And they, went and enlisted the help of the U.S. Marshal Service Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force. Damn, that was long. And Stefan was arrested on April 11, 2010, around 11:30 a.m. at his mama house. Because, of course, a nigga like that ain't got his own place, right? And, mama, stop housing these bad-ass little niggas, man. If you know your son is a demon walking around, know what I'm saying, you need to go ahead and kick him out. Don't house no demons. We don't hug killers and we don't house demons.
That part.
Well, anyway, the day before Stephen was arrested, the lab test came back and the blood sampled in the van was matching Angel. So they bring him in and sit him down for an interview.
My arrest for what the particular aggravated murder. Aggravated murder. Oh, you know Angel, brother? I've never seen her, never spoke to her.
And as you can see, he is just absolutely baffled that he would even be considered a suspect for murder. He didn't even know Angel. He had never even heard of her. Why would I kill her? Right? So according to Stefan, what had happened was, because
Okay, pause. You, Stefan, you didn't. Stefan, this is the second time we done went over
No,
this.
first of all, it could be Stefan or Stefan. It could be Steven if I wanted to be. Anyways,
His name is Stefan.
Stefan. All right. Well, are we keeping that or no?
I don't do. When it comes to custom luxury, nobody does it like My Crafting Dreams. From blinged out shoes, bog bags, junk socks, and hats to high quality craft supplies like rhinestones, trims, faux leather, and UV DTFs, everything is crafted to shine. Shop mycraftingdreams.com where luxury meets creativity. All pay in 4 options are available, and don't forget to use code MELANIN for 15% off at checkout. That's mycraftingdreams.com. Baby, we make dreams bling.
According to Stefan, what had happened was, because y'all know black folks, when the story started, what had happened was, you already know this about to go downhill, right? He went to his ex house and took her to work, and then he dropped the van back off at her house where he left it and went home. Then his ex called him back and said that her son was in some mess in her van and there was some blood in her van, and asked if he could come back over and talk to her son. Why would she want to talk to his son? Because he's a good man, Savannah. That man, he's a good man. So he gonna have a good talking to her son, right? To try to teach him the ways of the world, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he's such a
Mhm.
law-abiding citizen,
Australian
right?
citizen. Mhm.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But when he got there, the son wouldn't even talk to him. So his ex then asked if he would clean out the van, and he says, nah, and he leaves. The Cleveland police
Hmm.
didn't even have the time nor the patience to deal with the foolery that this brother had. You know what I'm saying? So they just let him sit for a few days and thinking maybe he would come to some sense, right? So Stefan actually requests another meeting with the detectives because he has some things to get off his chest.
You about my participation in this situation. Right. They said somebody was stabbed. One of their friends was stabbed in the car, and they helped to clean up, and my mother don't be pissed. I'm like, cool, not a problem. Not a problem. And the only thing that you did was help clean the van. That's it. I guess we should just let you go.
Now, one thing I've always been taught if you lie, you'll cheat and you'll steal. And in my mind, you'll kill too. So after the
And wait,
second,
hold on. The nigga did all that. I mean,
and that right there proves my point.
he lied, he stole, he killed, he raped. I mean, he did it all. Sold drugs in the
And that proves
community.
that proves exactly why that statement is true.
Yes.
So after the second interrogation, where he essentially is blaming all of this on his ex-girlfriend and her kids, he then changes his story to say that his son's friend had then gotten stabbed and he only came over to help her clean out the van. Because he got kids, man. He couldn't have done this.
Mm.
He was just trying to get his life together.
Not that good. He's a good man.
Yeah, he like,
Gee.
I'm a good man, Savannah. Yeah. So we're gonna circle back to that in just a second. So the police, they are not trying to hear none of this mess because, for one, it didn't make sense. And then on top of that, there are several eyewitnesses who say they saw Stefan driving the van after the murder. So he ain't good for nothing. So, like I said, they let him sit with these charges hanging over his head while they try and figure out what really happened. Now, in the midst of all this, Angel is laid to rest on April 15th, 2010, at the Mount Sinai Baptist Church. There were over 1,500 people who came out to pay their respects. And for the people who couldn't fit into the venue, they were able to watch outside on closed circuit TV. And then there were a sea of people who wore RIP Sugarbone t shirts with her picture on them.
I actually went down. I was there and it was packed. It was packed. I mean, she was loved. And I think this the whole how everything went down, it brought a lot of people, know what I'm saying? Just how, know what I'm saying? Because it was just so it was senseless, right? So anyway, like magic, another tip comes
I don't
in.
trust you. I feel like you just wanted to go to the repass.
I mean, that's true. Know what I'm saying? Hey, look, no, to speak, oh, that's so crazy. They kicked it. The repair was nothing but a party. The repairs was a party to be had, man. And that food was on top five repairs I went to.
That's a
And I'm
dang
not
no shame. I knew that. I didn't even know you back in 2010. Like, but I know
right.
you was at that repass.
Man, it was. I mean,
And that,
more bounce to the ounce. I was line dancing with a plate in my hand, know what I'm saying, and a drink in the other. Won't he do it? Yes, he will.
but that be the crazy thing about us people. Like, somebody pass and then we go straight into party mode. Like, it tickles me so much because I don't. So first of all, I found out like repass are like really a black thing, and I did not know that until like not even 5 years ago.
Yeah, it is. It is. White people do it, bury them, and then they go out to Cracker Barrel. That's all they do. So anyway, like magic, another tip comes in from another woman. She says her name is Angela Barnett. And she is a cousin of a woman, Letitia Santos. And she knows that Letitia has been dating, well, I mean, if you want to call it that, Stefan. They actually have a baby together. But she says she believes she has information about the murder. Angel's SUV had been found near her house, and Angel had reached out to Letitia to see, what was up.
And
You know what I'm saying? So Letitia told her that, she doesn't know what's going on and didn't know why Stefan would do this. Now she's on the phone just crying. She said she's afraid of Stefan, but Angela didn't know where Letitia was. You know what I'm saying? She hadn't seen her since Easter. Letitia wouldn't give up her location. So a warrant was issued for Letitia for obstruction of justice. Lock them up.
now let's talk about this child, Letitia. I got personal beef with her. Well, I don't know the girl, but we'll get to that later. So, Letitia Santos was born on January 22nd, 1977. I couldn't find a lot about her early life, but I do know she grew up in Brockton, Massachusetts. She went to Catholic school and was active in sports. People described her as a sassy tomboy with a lot of personality. And as she got older, she kind of built like a solid life for herself. She ended up becoming a certified welder, and welders make some good money. She had 2 kids, and she was raising them with her then boyfriend. But by the time she hit her mid 20s, her life just kind of started life, and she and her boyfriend break up. And then not long after that, her father passes away, and then she just started like spiraling after that. She starts drinking heavily. She ends up losing custody of her kids. And at one point, the girl ended up homeless and she's living out of her car. Don't feel bad for this lady. Do not. And I'll continue to explain why.
Not at all. Not at all.
Right. So eventually she moves to Cleveland to live with her cousin Angela, maybe hoping for a fresh start. And this is where her life crossed paths with Stefan Davis, allegedly after buying drugs from him. And when I say drugs, I mean crack. Now, y'all already know, if you've been here for a while, this nigga about to start cutting up because crack is involved and it is what it is. So just Fuck
First
you
of
up
all,
to take
how
a
you
ride.
let's just real quick, dog. Know what I'm saying? Like,
Cause you something about crack, you start cutting up.
I know, no, you're right. Know what I'm saying? Look, hey, look, you're
We
right.
literally have a shirt that says crack 2025. I mean, I that was not my idea.
I'm just trying to find out how how you get how you that young and you start smoking crack. Like what would influence you? What would make you think that I
You know,
can beat the odds? Know what I'm saying? And come
I
out
was
successful after
You
smoking crack.
know,
Like,
I swear to God, I was literally driving the other day. Oh, I know what it was. I was listening to Anthony yesterday, and he was talking about meth, and I was just like, in 2025, or even like the last like few decades, what would make you think that it's a good idea to try any of these drugs? Like, I'm trying to like figure out like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead and smoke crack. Why? We know the effects. Like this isn't the 80s and we don't know what's happening. We've seen it. We know it. We are the descendants of the crack era. We know what happened. Why are we still trying
yes, like I'm
drugs?
just like I'm not being funny. Like, you know, back in the day, like especially back in the day, like nigga, that to be called a crackhead, like everybody knew what a crack. Oh, you a crack? Like, so what would make you think, even in 2010, like you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let me go ahead and test the waters right quick with this delectable little rock looking substance. Like, come on, bro, get your life together. Go
We
ahead, my
already know
bad.
where it goes. So this is a moment Letitia's story took a turn she would never come back from. Child, this whole entire situation is a goddamn mess. So boom, now the teacher has 4 kids, right? She ain't got custody of none of these kids. And so mind you, remember she had the 2 kids that she had before. She ends up having 2 more somewhere along the way. She ain't got custody of none of these kids. But she ends up pregnant again by Stefan. Now,
Mm.
it is documented that Letitia suffers from some mental health issues, and I'm not sure if these are drug related or not. I could give the woman some grace, but I'm not. So Letitia's pregnant, right? And at this point, Stefan is whooping her ass every chance he gets.
Gee.
So she had called and reported Stefan twice in an 18-month period for domestic abuse and once while she was pregnant. Again, there's a reason I am saying I'm not giving this woman no grace. And somebody had an
I know,
attitude
yeah,
last
no,
week
not at all.
about me talking about Sasha. She's a young woman making bad decisions. Bitch, please. I have no sympathy.
Mm.
So this is gonna apply here as well. So if you about to get aggravated, I'm just telling you to turn it off now. So she's working while pregnant as a stripper and a sex worker
Wait, hold on, wait. Hold on. So you telling me she's selling that cooter?
while
So
pregnant.
she a crackhead lady of the night?
While pregnant.
Lord have mercy.
So anyway, while she's out working on her corner wherever she was, and she ends up soliciting an undercover cop in 2008 for $20.
Wait, hold on.
$20.
The price of coochie has plummeted to an all-time low. $20 for some cooter. Good Lord.
I mean, I saw a lady on Facebook over the summer. She was doing a special for $40, but you got
I
both.
mean, but in order for you to pay rent, that's a lot of you giving up the lot. Oh my good $20?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So she was arrested, and while she's in the back of the cop car, this chick somehow manages to get a window down. She crawled out the window and then got to the street, but they were able to catch her. So she ends up being charged with drug possession and attempted escape. Now, she did get off of probation and she was ordered to complete an inpatient treatment program.
That cooter was on fire, man. That cooter's on fire. Anyway, now allegedly when Letitia went into labor, her and her and Stefan was actually smoking crack, man. Yes, smoking crack. And when her water broke, you know what I'm saying, 2 crack rocks came out. No, I'm joking with y'all. When her water was broke, he looked at her and told her to hit the pipe one last time before he dropped her off at the hospital. We're not making this up, right? And I do mean dropped her off. He didn't stay. He didn't walk in. He did not try to be a father in that moment. That brother was gone, bro. Gone. Sadly, the baby was born with crack in his system. And the hospital didn't wait a second. The child was immediately taken out of Letitia's custody, and Letitia ass was arrested. A biracial crackhead baby. That's horrible, man.
What's wrong with it being biracial? Don't you have biracial kids?
Yeah, but I'm just saying you already got issues because you biracial and you got
We're not
crack in
we're
your
not we're
system.
not doing we're not doing this with you and these biracial kids today. You know they get offended by these by talk about biracial kids. So anyway, you know when Child and Family Services tend to get involved, I'm not even trying to be funny, but somebody usually ends up dropping the ball, and it's almost always a child that suffers. So the baby is put into foster care, and like I said, this is where somebody dropped the ball. After a few months go by, some dumbass at the county recommended that Stefan be granted custody of his son. Like, you mean Stefan, like the convicted murderer Stefan, like the rapist Stefan, like the drug dealer Stefan?
Man, whoever did that, they need to be fired and they need to be, you know what I'm saying, like real talk. They need to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? They
Like I
need
said, drop the freaking ball.
I mean, come on, bro. You know, y'all didn't look at his record. Even all right, let's say forget the killing. And I can't believe I'm saying that, the raping and the killing as a minor, as an adult, DV,
He's
domestic
a
violence,
crackhead.
possession of crack, and you are a certified crackhead, bruh. Jeez, man, that's why these little niggas running, these little YNs so crazy right now. So look, the county said that Letitia wasn't able to care for the baby due to mental health instability to maintain complete sobriety. And it didn't help that she told them she was still stripping after she got out of jail. First of all, if you see her, I don't know who paying to see her strip. Let's clarify that. It's some desperate dudes in Cleveland that's throwing ones to see her take anything off. Bitch, put it on. I will pay you to keep it on. We could talk about Jesus. I do not want to see that. I don't want to see it, right? So according to the report from the county, it said that Stephen was enrolled in CSU, which
Stefan,
is Stefan, whatever, man. Was enrolled no, the demon. His name is Demon. All
you
right.
should have started that way back then. I forgot you called
His
him demon.
yes, his name is Demon. Going forward, right? It ain't Stefan, it ain't Steven, it ain't Stephen, it's Demon. All
His
right.
name was Stephen or Stephen before, but oh.
Whatever, man. So Demon went to CSU, and for y'all who don't know, that's Cleveland State University. And that he felt empowered to care for his son, and he had surrounded himself with a family and community support and becoming a legal guardian. So it was a
Okay, so
bunch of
first of all, I'm gonna pause you right there because
what?
let's back up a minute.
Oh, back it up.
First of all, most colleges will not let you in with felonies, so I find that to be cap.
I had a felony and went to college.
You weren't a rapist or a murderer,
True, true, true. Well, I mean, yeah, those are some bad fellas.
and
But remember,
he had those drug charges. Even I mean, because I'm saying like
but
most
man was
times
a
like,
but man was a drug charge though. Remember though,
but he had several of them though.
I got you. But no, I'm just saying the raping and the killing that was when he was a minor, so they can't that you can't pull that up. But the drug
But still,
charges.
most of them won't allow you. Like with all the, with he had multiple drug charges though. I don't know. I call
I
cap on
mean,
that
no,
one.
but I mean, you can't. That's I don't know if that's true or not because you can't deny a person education because he like to sell a little bit of drugs in his community. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know, right? Know what I'm saying? But anyway, know what I'm saying? He had custody of his 6-year-old daughter as well as he was taking parenting classes, right? So he got a 6-year-old. Oh Lord. And he reported 6 months of sobriety and will work in rehabbing houses in 2009. Right. His addiction counselor also spoke up for Stefan, which is Demon, the demon, saying that he was sober and able to parent. I think they got those files missing somewhere because look, we're in March of 2010 right now, right? So I mean, come on, this ain't years and years later, right?
Okay, so
So
I'm gonna
he,
pause for just 1 second because you okay. So you were right. Don't get comfortable with that. It says that colleges stop doing blanket background checks. They don't ask about criminal history and they don't automatically deny people, but they evaluate everyone unless it requires a major extra clearance. But he can only enroll in certain programs.
yeah, exactly. Like he can't be, I'm not like he
Yeah, he
can't go
can't
for
be a
law
nurse, a
enforcement.
social worker. He can't do anything in
Exactly. Yeah.
educational. Okay, so you were right. I'll
Yeah,
take that.
okay.
Yeah, you was
No,
right.
you good. So look, again, the county dropped the ball because there was another report that was drawn up in February 2010 that said that another child, I believe this is one of the demon's kids, but in the report it stated that the demon had a history of domestic violence. Please make that make sense. So the demon was granted custody of his son in 2010, literally 12 days before the murder of Angel.
If you could see my face, because like this again, somebody dropped the ball. So anyway, we're gonna jump back forward a little bit. On April 20th, 2010, Letitia turns herself into the police. And in her interview, she says that Stefan was in the van. She said that he had picked her up and they got into a fight. He busted her lip and then he left her. And she said a little while later, he texted her and said, quote, "I'm about to go fuck another bitch."
Damn,
And
straight
she
to the point.
said, "Go ahead." And she said that's all she knows. She wasn't near a murder scene and she had nothing to do with anything. And the detectives are like, yeah, ma'am, no, we don't believe you. And they go ahead and arrest her as well. So at this point, she's just charged with obstructing justice. Now, the very next day, Letitia decides that she has more to say. So she sits down with the detectives, like, you know what, look, I done had a little time to think, and I cannot hold this any longer. AKA, she was probably tweaking any of the hit. So she explained that Stefan had gotten into a minor car accident with Angel. And here's the problem. Like we said before, Angel didn't have a license and she didn't have insurance. So instead of calling the police like normal people would, Stefan ends up convincing Angel to follow him to Charter Avenue. And this is where everything turns deadly. Letitia says Stefan robbed her, killed her, and then dumped her body. But here's the key part. Letitia swears she wasn't there. She says the only reason she even knows what happened is because Stefan told her after the fact and asked her to help him. And when she refused, he straight up threatened to kill her if she didn't clean out the van. Now, detectives then asked Letitia if she'd be willing to provide a DNA sample because if she wasn't there, then your DNA shouldn't be anywhere near that van or the crime scene.
Exactly. So they run the DNA and it proved that Letitia is still lying, right? It
I mean, what do
showed
you
that
expect from a crackhead? They lie.
right? It showed that she was in Angel's SUV, even though Letitia specifically said she had never been there. So April 22nd, 2010, Letitia charges are upgraded to one count of aggravated murder, which makes her eligible for the death penalty. And Letitia was given a $2.5 million bond. That I would give that bitch a $200 bond just to aggravate her, because knowing that she ain't gonna be able to pay it.
Well, I don't know. Her cousin seemed like she was very involved, so her cousin might have paid it. So I think it need to be real high because her
Just in
cousin
case.
seemed
I ain't paying.
very.
Look, you get accused of something like that, you need to sit in jail
No,
and to
I agree,
trial.
but her cousin was very like you could tell like she really thought the world of her. Like she's one of those like ride or die. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got
I
you.
do.
So look, so both the Demon and Letitia was officially indicted on April 29th, 2010 for 3 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, 3 counts of aggravated robbery, theft, tampering with evidence, offenses against a human corpse. Both are eligible for the death penalty. On May 28th, 2010, the state decided it did want to pursue the death penalty in both cases, and I agree.
Now here comes Stefan's sister deciding she just had to speak out. And child, she came out loud and wrong. She swore up and down that she didn't believe Stefan was involved in a murder, let alone a robbery, because he, quote, wasn't hurting for money. He just got his income tax check. Baby, would he get a couple $1,000s? That
Yeah.
would, I'm very, girl, just shut the hell up. Because it's always somebody in the family ready to defend a dead ass wrong felon like a W-2 check automatically erases stupidity. Baby, your brother could have $1 million check and still chose crime over common sense. And since we've all met a tax season thug, baby, they got money in February and they is in jail by March.
We're gonna do a special on that, man. And first of all, when people, let me tell you, fat cuzzos, if you out there sitting up there advocating for a known killer, rapist, murder, don't this
Just be
don't even
quiet.
don't
It's okay to be quiet.
yeah,
Like
it
it's
really
really
is.
okay to
Just
be
be
quiet.
quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't get on, don't make yourself look ignorant as hell. Please
Like
don't.
I
So
said,
look.
loud and wrong. That's one thing I can't stand. I can't say, yes, loud and
Loud, you
wrong.
right, loud and wrong, right? So look, so the demon was assigned a public defender. He was being held with no bond due to his criminal history. There were
They
lots of
finally did something
continuances.
right. Finally
Yeah,
did
it was a
something
lot of
right.
continuances in his case. His defense for them to be public defenders. I ain't gonna lie, they put in a lot of effort with motions to potentially have the death penalty thrown out, asking the judge for mercy, bringing up stuff, the demon's mental history, just whatever they could do. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm one of them types where if I was a lawyer and I or a public defender and had to represent you, dog, look, man, I can't help you, man.
I'm gonna need you to just go ahead and take this whatever plea
I
they
need
offer
yeah,
you and
take
go sit
whatever.
down somewhere.
I'm not fighting a good fight for you. I ain't doing that, dog. You know what you did it. You deserve to be look, you damn right you did it, and you deserve to burn in hell. No, damn right you did it, and I hope you burn in hell. That's what it was. My
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they, go ahead, like I said, they're asking for mercy from the judge, talk about, his mental illness or whatever the case may be. Man, whatever, dog.
So Letitia, she was actually approached with a deal. If she agreed to testify against Stefan, they would give her a charge of involuntary manslaughter, aggravated robbery, and abuse of a human corpse. Now she would only get 10 years for the involuntary manslaughter, 10 years for the aggravated robbery, and 5 years for the abuse of a corpse. and the sentences would run concurrently. So she would only do a total of 10 freaking years if she agreed to testify, in addition to another 5-year probation upon release. So February 17th, 2012, Letitia goes ahead and signs into a plea deal. She was credited 640 days in jail, so that's just under 2 years. Um, so she had to like break it all down and tell what really happened. So I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and buckle up for this part.
So check this out, man. So according to Letitia, on April 4th, 2010, the demon picks her up in his ex van and they go to the liquor store and they just, drinking and riding. Around 1 a.m., an SUV pulls out in front of them and the demon hits Angel, right? They both pull over and Angel's upset because this is a brand new car. Whatever the case may be. She asks the demon, like who gonna pay for the damages? So he like, we could talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But let's move out the busy street. So Angel tells them she doesn't have insurance or a license, and if they could settle privately, she is all for it. So the demon convinces her to follow him, and while the demon and Letitia are in the van, he decides that he will rob her because he saw the jewelry that she was wearing, you know what I'm saying, and it looked like she had money. They get to his neighborhood and demand she give him money. Angel, like, I don't have no money to give you. So Letitia said that when Stefan, the demon, start punching Angel, right? Whole ass dude. And then her goofy ass runs up behind Angel and punches her in the back of the head. That's why we
And
don't
that's
feel bad
why we
for her.
don't exactly
That's
like
why
for
we don't
what
feel bad
reason?
for
For
her.
what reason?
You know what I'm saying? You punching her back of the head like a grown ass man. And again, she probably did it. I told you because Angel probably was whooping his ass. I told you. Not Sugar Bone probably was whooping his ass. So he was probably on the losing end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So she tried to jump in. That's what I think. So look, the demon then grabs Angel and puts her in the back of the van and took her car keys. While he got her in the back of the van, he just keeps beating her. He told Letitia to get in the van and drive. While she's driving, she looks back and see the demon strangling the Angel, right? With a shoestring, and then she doesn't hear Angel anymore. She then helps the demon strip her of her clothes, her 2 wedding rings, a watch, and necklace before they dump her body on the freaking freeway. And she only got 10 years for that, man. That's
BS.
crazy, man. But do you know she had to move out of Cleveland? I told you, his family is deep, deep. I know ain't no way in God's green earth she's still in Cleveland. No way.
Oh, from what I saw, she is. She is. So they drove back.
What?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So they drove back to get Angel's SUV, and Letitia said she drove it away from the scene to her street, and she left it a couple of doors down from her house, or her cousin's house, rather, because this crackhead ain't have no house. So this is why I have no sympathy for this raggedy ass bitch. Not only did you put your child in danger by smoking crack, then you ran up on this poor girl. She hadn't done anything, and you punched for what? Like, this was senseless. This is and that just really sets me off. So a week before Stefan is due to go to trial, mind you, he's facing the death penalty. He he um he bitches up and he asks the prosecution for a plea deal. So after running it by the family, it was agreed that Stefan would get 10 years for the aggravated robbery and 30 years to life for the aggravated murder. So a total of 40 years to life. And if for some reason he does get out, he still has another 5 years of probation, and he was given credit of 632 days for time served.
Man, I hope every day of the week that he don't sleep. Know what I'm saying? That somebody go in this cell and sneak to get a peek under the sheets. Know what I'm saying? Of his
Hope he
booty
don't
cat.
have no sheets.
Yeah, you're right. I hope somebody is, know what I'm saying, making him their wife. Or no, not even their wife, they side chick in jail. Because there was you don't deserve anything better than that, bro. You deserve to be somebody's side chick in jail. Street booty.
So
Prison coochie.
at his sentencing hearing, victim impact statements were read by Angel's grandmother, a few cousins, her husband Johnny, her sister Edna, her father Charlie, and her mom Patricia. And they said Stefan just sat there, no remorse, no nothing. His sorry ass is serving what I pray to be a horrible stay, and I pray that they're turning his ass every which way but loose for the
Mm.
rest of his days at the Southeastern Correctional Institute.
You hear that? That's all I want in the jail cell. Sorry.
So Letitia, she did serve her 10 years at the Dayton Correctional Facility for Women, and they finally let her raggedy ass back out on the streets in 2021. And baby, I tell you, I found her raggedy, cracked out looking ass on face. Child almost dropped my phone. Like, sis over there talking about she about to write a book because the prosecution lied on her. Girl,
Bitch, you
if
a
you don't
crackhead.
Girl, if you don't shut your delusional Dollar Tree, I'm a roast ass up. Write a book about what? How to ruin your life in 10 easy crack pipes or less, baby. Ain't nobody lining up for the Line Letitia Chronicles. So every time I scroll her page, like I could just smell bad decisions and black and mild through the screen. The girl just pissed me off. Like, bitch, shut
Yeah,
the fuck up. Like, oh
she
my God.
she look bad.
She's
Like
bold.
yeah, she look horrible. Yeah, she if you if it was a picture of a Colt 45 model, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be her. You know what I'm saying? She looks like the average chick who can't leave drugs alone, in and out of rehab, smoke black and miles, you know what I'm saying? And think that she could still get a little money for that old tire cooter that she got. It's horrible. So anyway, and that was the case of Angel Bradley Crockett, a woman who trusted the wrong man and paid the ultimate price. From a family full of lies, crap pipes, and test season thugs to a life cut short on the side of I-90. Please rest in peace, Sugar Bone, because the street sure didn't give her any, man. And that is the honest to goodness truth, man. That was a horrible death, a horrible blow to the hood, man. Real talk. Rest in heaven, Sugar Bone. We tried to get her brother to do it, man, to come on the show and give his input when we were doing a live show. That nigga's on some trash, man. So I didn't want to even bring him
You
in.
said he be high all the time, right? Or
Yeah, that nigga was on some trash, man. This nigga was acting like he had David Ruffin, like you know what I'm saying? Like he was making demands. Like, damn, nigga,
well,
like
when that one time I met him, like the dude, I mean, what you expect? The dude came. It was what was that? It was March. It was still
it's
freezing outside. I think it was still snowing. That nigga came in a 1996 Ford Mustang with the
a
top
convertible.
down and a hood and a fur coat on, a fake fur coat. Then he came in talking about to ask you to pay him $5 to get to film him on
Oh
video. Tell your
yes,
mama happy birthday. Like I mean, I don't
yes.
know
I,
what you really expect from that man.
I remember, yeah, man. I'm like,
He
this
was
is
like, yeah, just pay me $5. Like $5. Sir, where
yes,
are
this
you going
nigga's
with
on some
$5?
trash, man. He got an album coming out though. Know what I'm saying? Miss Bradley's grandson. Make sure y'all check it out if you get
Are
on.
you serious?
Yeah, he do. He definitely got a
Oh,
rap album coming out. So, all right. With that being said, let's go to our favorite segment called
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
All right, here we go.
okay. So before we
Here we
before we
go.
even get
Here
into
we
this,
go.
we are going to have to give a disclaimer on this one
Here we go.
because I feel like this was very controversial and this case, or that's not this case, this was actually given to us by Nisha over at the Hot Garbage Podcast. And I just want people to remember that this is a safe space and people are entitled to their opinions. And just because you may or may not agree with it, it is what it is. And be respectful because we are all freaking adults. Okay? All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into this question.
All right, you know what? Hold on, hold on. Before we start, I do gotta say something, right? I want to take this time to apologize to Shanita Jones, right? Because I didn't realize that on the second from last episode that I actually called her a freak. And you know, usually I call people a freak when they give me a reason to call them a freak. But she didn't even give me a reason to call her a freak. I don't know if it was my Tourette syndrome or what it was, but I just upped and called her a freak. And I think that her child actually heard it and was looking at her mama like, Mama, I thought you was a good Christian woman, but you out here in these streets being a skeezer. Know what I'm saying? So I apologize for calling you a freak, Shanita Jones, and just know what I'm saying, that you're gonna always be a good woman in my eyes. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So the question I don't even I'm checked out at this point. I don't even know. So anyway, okay. So with that disclaimer being said, this was a question. It says, "Top of the day, you guys. I have a great question and a topic of discussion that should definitely be talked about. As you know, I'm a bisexual woman myself, and this question is talked about a lot in the LGBTQ community.
Who wrote the letter?
You are not paying attention. I just said Nisha over at Hot Garbage
Oh,
podcast.
okay, my bad. And if y'all know who that is, that's the girl with the
You
laugh.
don't have to keep reminding them.
All right, the laugh.
She said, "Why is it that if a man has a sexual experience in college with another man, he is labeled gay forever? However, that does not translate the same for women. A woman can have an experience with the same sex, not do it again, and move on to have a family deemed heterosexual. If a man tells a woman he had an experience in college and didn't like it, he's probably not getting a second date. There's women that say even if a man got sexually assaulted as a man, she don't want him, and that's not his fault. Why the double standard? Thanks, cousin." All right, cousins. So we had a very spicy love, lies, and alibis question this week. And listen, the conversation got a little too real, okay? So if you want to hear what the cousins had to say about it, make sure you just go ahead and join the Facebook group Love, Lies, and Alibis, the Melanin Mysteries discussion group. And for some reason, if you type in Love, Lies, and Alibis, it doesn't pop up. But if you type in Melanin Mysteries, you'll find it. So that's where we keep it raw, uncut, and it's for the cousins only. Y'all can weigh in there, and we will see y'all in the comments.
Now, if you guys want to know how, that was a great question, and I would love to be able to respond to that. I'm glad you asked. All you got to do is join our Facebook page, Love, Lies, and Alibis. Right? You answer a couple questions, and you are in. You are family, and you can, you can. Look at all our shenanigans. We also have a Melanin Mystery
But
Facebook
before, let me
page.
back you up for just 1 second, because we never remember to say this. If you actually want to submit a question, you can always message us on any of our social media pages, and you can also email us at podcast@melaninmysteries.com. And you can always stay anonymous if you choose to. Nisha did. I asked her, and she said she wanted to put the question out there, and it was okay to identify her.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know she liked the scissor either. I didn't even
Yeah,
know that.
she said that. I thought she said that before.
Oh, okay. Okay, so anyway, we got a Melanin Mystery Facebook page, we got a Melanin Mystery TikTok, and a Melanin Mystery IG page, and we also have a BTCC IG and a BTCC Facebook page. Can you please let the people know what BTCC stand for?
This is why God is messing with you. The BTCC is the Black True Crime Collective, which is comprised of Melanin Mayhem, Melanin Mysteries, and Not My Brother's Keeper. That is the fam, the clique. And make sure that you sign up for Season Slaying, a very true Black true crime Christmas virtual live show. The tickets are in the show notes. Like I said, we really do only have limited slots, and I promise y'all, I'm not just saying that because of the platform that we're using. Y'all cousins have been snatching up them tickets left and right this week, and it is going to be a time. There are going to be some giveaways. You need to pull up with your ugly sweater because we're going to do a contest for an ugly sweater. Like, we are really going to have a time. Like I said, you can pull up in your bonnet, baby, because we pulling up in our pajamas this one. Because yes, we have matching pajamas. We're corny. um, what else is there? Yes, there's still, I always forget to say that there's still merch on the website. I did add a few new designs to the website. Beanies are also available over there, and that's just melaninmysteries.com. And we do have a lot coming up in 2026. If you're in the group, I don't know why you're not, but if you're in the group, we dropped a teaser for 2026, and all I'm gonna say is get ready for something wild and crazy, because we're not going to be solving, we're going to be spilling on the cousin confessions.
This is
And
my
that's all we're going to give you with that.
confessions.
That's
And
all we're going to
we
give
know
you for right now.
our one cousin got all the confessions.
Yeah, so we're
Kristen.
going to be giving you more details as the time gets closer for us to drop that, but trust and believe it is going to be wild. Um from there, like I said, yeah, like I said, if you made it this long, like I said, I thank y'all for rocking with us. We understand that we are not your typical true crime, Black true crime. We are us. We are unapologetically us. Like I said, anything you say or do here, it is a safe space. We don't judge. We talk. We're cousins. We family, and that's just it. So come here for your comedic relief, for your information, and like I said, if you have a grievance, like I said, you can hit us up on whatever, as long as you do it respectfully. Like, as long as you're very respectful, I'll be respectful back. But when you come talking crazy and whatnot, I don't, honestly, I don't even argue with people. I just block you. So
Y'all be thinking to be me. Huh.
no, because I'm not going to sit and argue with somebody online. But if I mean, let's say I've always felt like you can say whatever you want to me. It's just how you say it. as long as you're respectful, like like we're very open to constructive criticism. We had to do a lot of that, because we jumped into this. We didn't know what the heck we was doing. We just grabbed a microphone and started doing stuff. So, we've had our bumps in the road and, navigating, and we're still navigating through what we're doing. I tell people, like, that's why there's a disclaimer in the beginning. If you have to listen at your own risk over here. Like, I mean, you never know what might pop over here at Melanin Mystery. So if you expecting us to be corporate and you want us to be monotone and no joke, that's not the vibe over here. Like we kicking it, like we chilling on the couch talking and having conversation. Like this is how we talk when we kick it. If you mad because we say nigga too much, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is how we talk when we kicking in. I'm not coming corporate. I clock out of my corporate-ish situation over there. I come over here to let my hair down. So if you can't get with it, child, I'm gonna tell you, this ain't the podcast for you.
All
That's
right,
all
well,
I
take
got.
us out. Damn, you've been talking a lot, man. Jeez.
You can probably see my face through the screen, I'm sure. Yeah. So just remember that love should not come with a life sentence. So make sure you choose freedom and not felonies. And we will holler at y'all Thursday for a new episode of the Snitch Files. Oh, and if
Yeah,
you have a
buddy.
snitch, yes, send it to us because we always need snitches.
Oh, we might use old girl in this one because she did break down everything. I don't know. We might. All right, we out, y'all. Take it easy.